time for the week that was with Melanie Wilkinson joining us in studio. It's graduation season, Melanie, as we were just talking about. It's this time of year again.
Well, and I feel kind of bad for all these parents and grandparents because the schools jammed, besides graduation, they jam all that year-end stuff in, like the concerts and the musicals and the award banquets I was just talking to a lady who has a bunch of grandchildren and she could have been at 5 different things last night all at the same time. So she's just burning the candle from both ends running. And then all of a sudden school's going to be out and it's over.
Yep. There's field trips too, like elementary field trips. My cousin, they live in Lincoln. She's got some kids, and they've gone on field trips with them throughout the years.
Sure.
And it's always like first week of May, second week of May.
Yeah.
Well, it's summertime, weather's nice, and the kids are so not focused on like the exhibit that they're at or wherever they're at. It's just like it's summertime for them almost. They're ready to go.
And the track meets, track. Yeah.
All over the place.
Oh, a lot going on.
Yeah, I know York's high school's graduation's coming.
It is, yeah.
About how many are they graduating? Do you know?
I honestly don't know. It usually numbers, 100 and some, usually.
Normal size for Class B type school.
There's quite a few. And York College or York University already had theirs, and a bunch of the schools around here had theirs last weekend, so busy time.
Very good. All right, well, tell us what's going on with you here today.
Well, there's some exciting things happening down at 5th and Platte. I don't know if you and I have talked about this before with the EPA cleanup.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, so just a little background information. The Environmental Protection Agency, federal government, designated York as a priority area, which isn't something you want, but it was because we had so many dry cleaners back in the day, 50s and 60s. Unknowingly, they were contaminating the ground downtown.
And this story came out, was it a couple years ago?
Oh, quite a few.
At least.
I'll bet it was at least 10 years ago.
The finding out about the contamination part.
So they're calling it the contamination plumes.
Yeah.
And it was in the groundwater. And they realized that they found the source, and like they had explained, you have to cut the head off the snake in order to kill it. So apparently this contamination in the ground downtown is feeding the plume.
It's kind of terrifying.
It is. But the good news is that it was designated, and you have to remember there's only each year. I remember back when this was designated, it was only we were only one of maybe 5 locations in the entire United States. So that's the good news is that then they put all plans in place. And as we've all seen, they set up that situation down there, blocking off the streets and everything now for, I think, 2 years they've been down there. Some crazy looking technology. Yeah. And the technology, the way I understand it, and this is in very simple terms, is actually throwing electrical current into the ground and killing off the contamination. Good news is they did it. They succeeded. The ground samples all came back clean. So they are taking that monstrosity down. Yeah. So that's fantastic. I went and looked. I saw it a few days ago, and it looks like a mess, but it's obviously a calculated mess. But it'll all be gone, and then the city has already made this a 1 year. It's on the 1 year construction plan. Then they'll redo all the pavement and everything will go back to normal. So hopefully not too long from now, people will be driving through. Now there is that spot where they tore the building down on 7th and Platte. That'll still remain there, but at least it's not in the city street.
Yeah, it's an eyesore if you've driven by it, if you've seen it.
Well, it's just it's hard to even.
Just a lot of stuff laying around.
It looks just crazy, but apparently whatever it is, it worked.
Yep.
So
well, that's good. That is good.
The EPA has actually been in New York for probably 8 years. That's how long it took. But then again, I guess it took decades to get to that problem, to get to the point where they realized there was such a problem. So that's good. At least it worked. That's a good thing.
Soil samples came back clean.
Clean.
For that, which is good. What else is happening?
Well, this is exciting. We've always had community-wide garage sales in York, and then it just kind of went by the wayside. And last year, Michelle Weiss took it upon herself to reinvigorate it all alone. So she started advertising now. So the community-wide garage sales are going to be June 20th and 21st. That's a Friday and a Saturday. And individuals are encouraged to get a hold of her. All of her contact information and all the details are on my website. And for a very small fee, I think it's only like $10 a sale, if you just get a hold of her. And this is just to help her pay for the advertising. And then she also creates garage, like yard signs, and a map. And then, so the map will be once the deadline has come and everybody has registered, then she'll create a map so you can look at it online, or you can pick up physical copies at different locations. Those will be announced.
By the way, for people doing this, and it's just $10
just $10.
That's well worth it, because all of the information gets on there, and the people who are going from house to house, that's how they find it.
And it worked great last year. So last year was her first time out, and she had 74 registered. And then any of the money that's left over after she has paid for like the yard signs and the physical maps and that type of thing, then she donates the money to a local charity. Last year, she gave quite a bit of money to the Soaring for Sea Foundation. So it's a really cool thing that she does, just because she didn't want to see them go away, and people really enjoy it. Plus, it's a great opportunity, and it's so much better when everybody's doing it on the same 2 days. Then, I'm going to try
that way.
I'm going to try one by myself and hope to God somebody shows up, and basically all you do is haul everything out and bring it all back in.
Exactly.
This way, everything goes. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people out shopping last year, so everybody's encouraged to get yourselves registered. There's plenty of time to get ready. I mean,
June 4th is the
deadline.
Register.
And that gives her enough time to make the map and then create the yard signs. And it's neat too, because the yard signs will have numbers on them that correlate to the location on the map. Does that make sense? So like you'll know, and I think she offers the details. Like if you have something special, you can let her know. But anyway, it's a really cool thing, and she's taken this on. So. It's a neat idea.
So, by the way, you can email her. I'll just read her email: mvice902@gmail.com. She can answer any questions.
Yes,
right there.
She'll take care of you.
Good stuff. And for more details, of course, head to Melanie's website, justmelaniew.com.
Yes, sir.
And checking out some other things here. There's a groundbreaking coming up for a York General building.
It's already happened. It already happened. It's a really neat thing. This is going to be the site of their new daycare / early childhood. It's called the York General Children's Academy. It's for their staff's children. So this is a really innovative thing that York General does. You know, we have what they call a daycare crisis, because there are a lot of people in the workforce, but not enough places to take their kids for daycare. So York General encompasses more than just the hospital. It's the Hearthstone, Willowbrook, all of their different entities. Their staff then has the opportunity to use this early childhood center to take their kids. And it's for babies 6 weeks old to 10 years old. But they also have teachers. So it's more than just babysitters. It's also educational. So they actually call them educators that are there. Anyhow, they outgrew the old space, which is at the Westview campus, where the old Hearthstone used to be located. It's over on that area. They outgrew their old space, and the building was older. So they broke ground, and this will provide a brand new, very large building with plenty of space for the future. The last time that I had heard the CEO, Jim Ulrich, was talking about it, I think he said they can take up to 120 kids. It's a lot.
And there's a lot of staff, hospital staff there.
But it also, and at the same time, it helps our situation in the city where people are looking for daycare, for their kids. So this helps taking the York General staff, which is the largest employer in the county. It takes them out of that regular mix of taking up daycare spots. So very cool thing.
Construction's going to last about 12 months, so looking to probably be open
in about a year.
At about this time.
Yeah.
So
and it was fun because they had little kids in hard hats and
it
was adorable. So they were all participating in it too. I don't know if they truly understand what this is all about, but it was a beautiful morning and they had fun. So anyhow, this is going to be a neat project.
12,400 square foot facility.
That's a big place.
It's pretty nice. So.
And I could be wrong with the numbers. I'm just trying to remember the last time that he was talking about it. It was a big number. It's not like 20 or something. It's large. So
there you go.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of groundbreaking, while I'm thinking about it, everyone needs to remember that on the 20th, which is Tuesday at 10 a.m., there'll be the groundbreaking for the project at York Elementary School. So that'll be fun. The kids will all be there. I can't even imagine the chaos of the excitement. And then as soon as all the kids get out for the summer, then they're going to come in and boom. Construction time. Yeah.
That'll be cool. And they also have that. I'm forgetting the name of the event that they have. I know the elementary school puts that on.
The elementary school or the middle school?
The middle school.
Middle school. Are you talking about that anything goes?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I know.
I have an email of that. It's kind of hard to talk and then do the research
I know,
at the same time.
And I feel terrible because I haven't done enough about that event, but it's coming soon. So I'll thanks for reminding me. I'll get that done today. It'll be there in the morning. So at 7:00 when you get your headline email, sign up for those, by the way. It'll be there. I promise.
We've had Kenny Loosefelt come in. He was talking to us about all of that stuff coming up. So excellent. Anything else to add here about this week? And
the only other thing, this is good news. I don't know how long it's going to last, but as you've seen, it's so desperately dry out. And pivots are running. I was talking to a farmer yesterday. I said, so are you watering everything? He's like, yes. He goes, we try to reason that we'll be okay if we don't have to water in July. Well, it's Nebraska. You always have to water in July. So it's unfortunate that it's so dry. But the good news is that the Upper Big Blue NRD announced this week that yes, the groundwater, the level has declined since last year, but not to the point where there will be restrictions. So that means people can go ahead and water. There's nobody's going to say you have to turn your irrigations off. Yeah, and so that's good news. But I found this really interesting. So over the course of it looks like a couple months each spring, the NRD staff, in case anybody doesn't know one of their jobs, they monitor 500 observation wells in the footprint of the NRD, of this NRD.
Which this area is like Hastings is included in it.
Yes.
Aurora, York, Seward, Stromsburg, Geneva.
It's a big area.
Yeah, bigger area.
Yes, and so they take into consideration what the level was last spring. They let the levels rebound after the watering season, in the summer. So by spring to spring is a good way to compare it. And then they take a look at how much it's gone down. It looks like it only went down a third of a foot from last spring, which is great news. It is continually going down year to year, but that also goes in cycles. We've seen that. Hopefully that cycle will change. You know how we have a couple dry seasons and then all of a sudden we get a whole bunch of rain and it all rebounds. So. But for right now, no restrictions. The allocation trigger has not been tripped. And so that's good news, seeing how those pivots are already having to run. We need some rain.
Oh, of course. And just to point out a number that you had in this article, the NRD district averages 6.1 inches per acre per year of rain since 2007. This year it's at 5.65. So that's why, it's a little bit less. And it's the dry part of the season, I guess. We're not getting any rain, which is frustrating. I
Boy,
think
I
for
mean,
a lot of people out there, and we have our spring break meals. We've been delivering some lunches to producers
right.
and farmers
Yes.
and stuff like that, and talking to them, and that's how the conversations all start. It's like, we need rain,
And they were
We need
talking
rain.
about how hard the ground is. It
Yeah.
was hard to even plant.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we need something. We didn't get any of our spring rain like we usually do. I mean, a little bit, nothing. Here's hoping. Are we supposed to get something tonight, I believe?
They think they're saying it's supposed to stay north,
Okay, well,
north of us. So
right.
maybe not, but
here's hoping.
Yeah, and then it seems like when there is, there are chances for rain, it just turns into a massive dust storm and no water.
Back to our dustinado.
Yeah. Gosh.
Okay, fingers crossed. Looking up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Melanie, thanks so much
You
for coming
betcha.
in. Anything else? To
No,
add about
just have a nice weekend if you have to go to graduations.
Oh yes, yep.
Run around school, get out next week, and everything will change.
You enjoy all of that. This
You
week.
betcha. All right, thank you.